Good evening. I'm Allister Quince, but I'm sure you're all aware of that. Aren't you? Tonight we will take a journey through that classic piece of Americana, Mama's Family. Those of you who faithfully followed the peregrinations, good word, of the Harper family, and no doubt already know that Mama now resides in cautious cohabitation with her unmarried sister, Fran. For those of you who don't know this, I've just told you. By paying close attention and perhaps taking notes, you may find the answer to that tersely cogent question, will Mama ever get the tea stain out of her sink? Or perhaps you won't. In any event, Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience, and who gives a diddly squat?
Squat, you say? Good evening. I'm Allister Quince, inviting you once again to glance into the fancies and foibles of Mama's Family, the show that proves once and for all that life is not a cabaret, or perhaps life is not a bowl of cherries. Whichever. Tonight's story will feature most of our regular cast, Mama, Vint, Aunt Fran, Buzz, and Sonia, and Naomi. However, Myron, Mama's pet rooster, will not be with us tonight. It seems he flew the coop. Sorry. And now, to our story.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience. A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Oh, Vint, you're singing our song.
Good evening. For those of you who have difficulty remembering the names of world-famous celebrities, I am Allister Quince. When we left Mama's Family last week, Mama, who had never been divorced, found out that her son, Vint, who had been divorced once, was going to marry Naomi, who had been divorced twice. An ill-fated venture that could raise Vint to twice, and Naomi to thrice. So glue yourselves to your seats as we find out whether Vint is really going to marry Naomi or whether Vint is not going to marry Naomi. Or possibly both. Roll it.
preceding program was recorded before a live audience. The Vamp of Savannah, GA. Yeah.
Stick a bag on it, Franny.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince. When we left Mama's family last week, there were many curious questions left unanswered. Will Mama regret having Vint and Naomi's wedding at her house? Or will she be just as unhappy if it were held anywhere else? Will Sister Ellen divorce her husband, Bruce, after her discovery that he was making hanky-panky with his secretary? Sticky wicket, that one. Will Eunice get to sing at the wedding? And if so, will anybody listen? Those are the questions. And now, let us enjoy the answers.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Oh, promise me that someday
Eunice, I said the audience was live. Let's keep them that way.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince. We have a big show tonight, so good evening. This was Allister Quince.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Richard, that was the best kiss I ever got.
You mean that?
In a pig's eye.
Good evening, this is Allister Quince. Raconteur, bon vivant, gourmet chef. You must taste my tea. Man about town, horse trainer, archaeologist, lover. I'm in the book. beekeeper, philatelist, collector of matchbooks, and man voted most likely to succeed by his graduating class at Oxford, modestly inviting you to watch Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience. Let me see that smile again, Thelma.
Oh, stick it in your ear, Herbert.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince, saying to you tonight, as I used to say in my childhood days, ready or not, here I come. I was such a devil. I had quite a lonely childhood, actually. Most of my preteen years were spent quietly reading in my tiny room in our quaint little house in the English countryside. That's because when I was 3, my parents moved to America. They could have mentioned it to me. But we're not here to discuss my childhood. We are here to introduce this week's episode of Mama's Family. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that now, so let's join them, shall we? I'm sorry I talked about myself so much.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience. Isn't that right, Sonia?
I don't know.
Good evening, I'm Allister Quince, welcoming you once again to the continuing confusing saga of Mama's Family, the show that uncovers the lies that have previously been hidden by truths, which in turn have previously been hidden by lies. The Harper house gets quarantined by the Board of Health, and Mama goes into a terrible snit because she has already paid her entrance fee for the rumba contest. I'm sure you'll be happy to know that Mama takes third place in the rumba contest. Her partner comes in second. Well, I seem to have told you a lot more than I should have. Perhaps we should show you a different episode this evening. Should we?
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience. Au revoir, y'all.
Good evening, I'm Allister Quince. Tonight we're going to take a backward glance at Mama's family. Of course, we always take a backward glance at Mama's family, but this time we really are going to quite literally glance into the past, many moons ago. That's right, Mama's family, many moons ago. This was when her son, Vint, was between marriages. At that time, Vint, a little wilder, a little more adventurous, but no smarter. Let us just say it was not a time of rhapsody. Don't you love the way I talk? In those days, Vint was under the influence of his ne'er-do-well comrade, Claude Canemaker, and a lot of 3.2 beer. Mama, of course, tended to be beside herself, her favorite position. Now, why don't we get into our favorite positions and see what tonight has in store for us?
Este programa foi gravado com público presente. In other words, the preceding program was recorded before a live audience. Good evening. This is Allister Quince, about to take you on another cruise down the muddy river known as Mama's Family. Tonight we're going to break with tradition, and instead of not telling you what the story is about, we're going to tell you what the story isn't about. In Hamlet, William Shakespeare once said, "The play's the thing." And subsequently it was said by Tony Randall in Love, Sidney. Or was it Gary Coleman? I always get them mixed up. In any event, the play is the thing, at least for the next 30 minutes. Here's Mama's Family.
After me. The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Oh, put a cork in it, Arthur.
Good evening, this is Allister Quince. This is also Allister Quince. Notice the resemblance? Tonight, Mama's Family takes a detour from the normal progression of events and brings you back in time to a story that has hitherto been buried in the archives. Not far enough back to show Mama as a young girl. She was young once, you know. But back to a period when the tangled relationships we now know had yet come to fruition. To make a long story short, something I find very difficult. Here is Mama's Family. I do hope you're enjoying me as much as I am.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience. Guess I better skedaddle.
Good evening, this is Allister Quince. Tonight, you may watch the story of a tall, handsome private detective who lives in Hawaii with his cute mustache. After a number of fights, car chases, and a soupçon of killings, our hero finally brings the villain to justice. Stout fellow. However, if that kind of mayhem is not to your taste, sit back and enjoy the mayhem of Mama's Family.
program was recorded before a live audience.
And they was all hip to the jive.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince. Tonight, instead of presenting Mama's Family, I'm going to tell you some rather amusing anecdotes about me and... Ladies and gentlemen, Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
This is true, and I hope they liked it as much as my worms did.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince, who introduces you to Mama's Family each week and then disappears into oblivion. So if you're ever in oblivion, drop by. Perhaps we could have a little chat. In the meantime, Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
And guess who kept them that way?
Good evening. This is Allister Quince. Actually, I'm really Allister Quince Jr., as I was named after my father. Or was it my mother? They never did tell me. In any event, let's see what names the members of Mama's Family call each other tonight.
preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Oh, Skeeter, I love it when you talk that way.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince, your old friend, bringing you good news and bad news. Uh-oh. The good news is that we are about to present the latest episode of Mama's Family. The bad news is that I shan't be in it. Pity.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
That's right, and I'm gonna swear them all in as witnesses.
This is Allister Quince, and this is Mama's Family. Guess which is which?
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Yeah, I wonder which one of them was making them calls.
Good evening. For those of you who've been neglecting the networks for cable TV, this is Allister Quince about to bring you another adventure of that merry little group of madcaps, Mama's Family. I shan't tell you anything about tonight's story except that Mama is upset. So what else is new? Let us sit back and find out exactly what's bugging her tonight.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
I know I got me a live one.
Good evening, this is Allister Quince, with the thrilling announcement that I have just been nominated for an Emmy as the best introducer of Mama's Family. The competition was awesome. Now, for all my fans out there, here's Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
You tell 'em, Watermelon Bottoms.
Good evening. This is Allister Quince. Tonight, Mama's Family is about... What is it about? Ah, yes, I remember. It's about a half hour. Enjoy.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
I could have sworn I knocked him dead.
Good evening. In the event that you are interested, this is Allister Quince. And if you are not interested, boo on you. Tonight, my assignment, if I choose to accept it, is to introduce Mama's Family. And as I do choose to accept it, in fact, embrace it, this is Allister Quince introducing Mama's Family.
preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Hush now, Roy. The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
I would have been there, but I was busy selling a hat.
Oh, dry up, Arlene.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Yeah! Keep working on it, Chucky. You'll get it.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
We had planned to give them cookies, but Willie the Weasel ate them all.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
And if you don't believe him, ask Thelma. The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Maybe one of them would be interested in buying a slightly used bull suit.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience?
That's right, and they're all invited to my inauguration next week.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Thank goodness none of them was Cub Scouts. Guess I spoke too soon.
Good evening. As I have said before and will indubitably say again, this is Allister Quince. Tonight, in between the commercials, they do pay the rent, you know. We are proud to present the latest adventures of that group of strolling players known as Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
That's the first true thing you've said today.
Oh!
Good evening. This is Allister Quince, about to reveal still another of his multifaceted talents, the art of mimicry. Ready? Humphrey Bogart. He ain't looking at you, kid. Gary Cooper. Yup. How do you like me so far? And to finish with the real biggie, Ed McMahon. Here's Mama. Eat your heart out, rich little. Ronald Coleman, do we have time for it? Probably.
preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Yeah, and every one of them loved my elbows. Brazil.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
It was also recorded in front of a dead Messerschmitt.
Good evening, this is Allister Quince. And for your information and edification, I do use such good words. Quince is not only just a name, it is also a fruit of a Central Asiatic tree of the rose family that resembles a hard-fleshed yellow apple and is used for marmalade, jelly, and preserves. Just a little something to dwell upon after you watch Mama's Family.
The preceding program was recorded before a live audience.
Except for Hannah B. Grotzinger.